Hello and welcome to the Collegiate Sports Network in this special presentation of the 3A Substate Final between the Wichita Collegiate Spartans and the Cheney Cardinals. Both teams have stormed through the Substate bracket thus far, both winning their first two games by massive point totals. The Spartans in particular have won the last two games by about 50 points each. Tonight, though, is when it gets real for both sides, as they will both be facing off against quality opponents. Both sides have come off torrid second halves to round out the season. Cheney did not lose a game in the second half as they enter as the 1 seed at 20-2. Collegiate only lost twice in the second half of the season, once to one of the best teams in the state in the McPherson Bolt Pups. They come in 16-5 as the second seed in this sub-state tournament. For Cheney tonight, it'll be all about three-point shooting. They have four starters that shoot above 30% from behind the arc, and the story for the Spartans is going to be to execute with their size all night long and be on the ball. Aiden, what are some other things you're going to be looking for from the Spartan team tonight to try to clinch a place in the 3A state championship tournament in Hutch?
Well, you talked about a size a little bit, and let's go into a little bit more depth on that. When you examine this Cheney offense, you see a lot of guys who can shoot the ball really well, but one of the things that we've learned through a couple of player interviews at this point is that these guys, they are really confident in their shot from behind the arc, contested, long ways away, but what they're not confident in is coming crashing down on the board when it comes to the inside play. They really struggle at driving down inside the lane, competing with length, and they really kind of just play the inside-outside kind of offensive tactic just to supply the outside with the ball to get those threes raining down. So you talked about size. This is when size is really going to matter the most, because you got guys like Judah Cyrus, David Cheney, Sebastian Hines-Turner, and even AJ Batiste who are going to rain down on them. There is going to be almost no two-point opportunities for these guys if they're not shooting the ball. It's just going to be really, really hard for them to fight inside, and that's where I believe that Collegiate is going to find their best victory. And that translates to offense as well. You know, when you're a team that's not confident in driving to the board, you're also a team that's not super confident in rebounds or defending on the inside paint, and that's where Collegiate gets a lot of its points. Is not from those outside threes, which, you know, obviously you have Mason Bond, Carter Drumright supplying those, but also from those two-point put-ups from players like David Cheney, Sebastian Hines-Turner, AJ Batiste. You know, I believe in the last game we kind of labeled those guys the silent killers, because you never really see them making those big driving plays all the time, but they are always underneath to get those extra 2 points, and that's how they typically come up with being some of the highest scoring players on our team. And I really think that's what's going to come down to win it or lose it tonight, is how we can catch those rebounds, how we can supply those guys with the balls while still controlling on the turnovers and fouls. Because, you know, when you're playing the inside game, you also still run the risk of, you know, you got a heavy foul count, a heavy turnover count, and really, tonight of all nights, we cannot afford to have that.
Yeah, Aiden, that's a good call. We've seen as the sub-state tournament has gone on a little bit, the officials have started calling these games a little bit closer. And for the Spartans, they're going to have to stay out of foul trouble, because you have to have your big guys into the game that are able to get out and defend that three-point line. And also importantly for the Spartans, you have to have those guys that are, like you said, going to crash the boards and going to rebound and dominate the battle on the glass tonight, because that's going to be a big key to victory for the Spartans, is rebounding on those long threes that are bound to miss at some point by Cheney.
Yeah, absolutely. Another component of this game that we were talking a little bit about beforehand, in addition to this trying to dominate on the inside, is the mere fact that Cheney got that winner mentality that is almost unparalleled by anybody else in the league. You know, for those of you who don't know, they were the state champions in football this year, and they came back against the preceding champions, Andale, several times, you know, 3 touchdowns down at the half. And that winning mentality, they're just not going to lose at any point. They're not going to give up. And so really, to say tonight that it's not over until it's over could not be any more true. You know, we talk about this team wanting to be more consistent, wanting to stay aggressive throughout no matter what the points are, and Collegiate has certainly gotten better at that, but really, when it comes to Cheney, there's almost no parallel.
Yeah, Aiden, and we also talked about before we came on air the fact that Cheney is a very composed team. That goes along with that winning mentality. They're led by their senior Jack Voth, who was their starting quarterback on the way to that state championship in football. Another thing to talk about with Cheney, though, is that calm composure that a senior, experienced type kind of team can bring. They're a type of team that you can't maybe press up on as much as you usually would for the Spartans, because Cheney should be accustomed to that kind of press and should be able to break it more efficiently, kind of like what we saw with McPherson when we played them. The Spartans tried to press up early in that game and got burned early on because it allowed McPherson to start running the court and get out in transition for easy open looks. The Spartans are going to have to be smart with how they press tonight and really have a nice, calm, concerted effort on the defensive end to not allow anything too easy.
Yeah, and while being defensive, you also have to be aggressive. You know, there's a very fine line that these guys are going to have to walk tonight where you obviously can't be too aggressive to the point where they're going to get good looks in transition and just score easy points. But also, when you're playing that inside-outside kind of offense, it's going to be really, really quick movements where they're going to supply the ball on the outside, and you got guys with a really quick fire. So you can't be lax when it comes to, face guarding those guys, really getting into that man-to-man defense that Collegiate has become so accustomed to. But really, I think if anybody, any coach in this league could train their guys to be as aggressive as possible while still being conserved, while still maintaining as perfect playing as possible, it's going to be Coach Fiegel. He has run these guys ragged, and I think they're prepared.
Yeah, and as much as we've talked about the ability of this Cheney Cardinals team to draw the Spartan defense out, they don't like to cut into the passing lanes or anything like that. They don't like to get going downhill a lot offensively. So if the Spartans can take away that three-point line, they should be in good shape in this one.
I completely agree. As we're about to set up for the national anthem and player announcements in this game, I got to tell you, Connor, I don't think I've been more excited for a basketball game this entire season.
Yeah, Aiden, this is a highly anticipated matchup. Two teams on a collision course here from Chaparral High School with a chance to make it to the 3A state championship in Hutch. We will take a break for the national anthem and be back for player introductions. National anthem over, and now we are ready for player introductions. Tonight, Cheney will be the number one seed, so they are the home team. They will be wearing white trimmed in red and blue. The Spartans will be in their road royal blues trimmed in white and gold.
As these two colors, red and blue, collide, the crowd goes wild for the very first senior.
James Shackelford introduced into the game for the Spartans. He will be leading the charge all night on defense and will likely be put on the opposing number one, Jack Voth, for the Cheney Cardinals, a three-sport star that has led this team to a lot of success in football, basketball, and baseball throughout his career as a Cheney Cardinal. Brett Wetta introduced into the game for the Spartans. will likely counteract James Shackelford on the defensive end and look to give him a boost on that end of the court. Robbie Raspberry also introduced into the game for the Spartans. As opposing him will be Josh Burdick, number 3. He is a sharpshooter for this Cheney Cardinals team and will likely look to burn the Spartans from outside all night long. Also for Cheney, number 13, Jace Robertson, as Heinz Turner is introduced into the game for the Wichita Collegiate Spartans. He provides so many things on offense and defense for the Spartans, many of them the intangibles that you just cannot teach, that gives this team so much of a boost. And finally for the Spartans, number 30, Asa Ahmad, who has provided such a good presence at the point guard position all season long, facilitating the offense and providing a steady presence on the court.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about an intangible but incredible presence. That's Asa Ahmad in a phrase right there. As we're getting ready to kickstart this game, I think we've kind of said it all. Not a whole lot more to say other than these collegiate guys look ready. These Cheney guys look ready for the occasion. It really just comes down to what is in these guys' heads and what they can do with it.
Yeah, Aiden, this is where all the talk stops. This is where you have to go out and play for that championship. This is what these teams have been fighting for all season long, and they are ready to get going.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. You know, this whole time, whether or not these guys could do it, whether or not these teams could win, whether or not Collegiate could stand up against Cheney, and it's time to finally put the pen to paper and let actions talk rather than words.
It is a packed house here from Chaparral as Cheney is taking up half of the court and the Spartans taking up the other half. Big student sections on hand as the official has the ball at center court. Heinz Turner tipping center for the Spartans, and Painter with the ball for Cheney. Heinz Turner gets the tip, gets it off the way to Robbie Raspberry. Raspberry kicks it back out. Heinz Turner drives the lane, shot rejected. Back out to Raspberry. Spartans able to reset on offense. Ball back out to Ahmad, who will look to set up the offense. Raspberry on the right side. Cheney's fan base already getting into it, chanting for defense on this opening possession. Ahmad at the top of the key, heavily guarded by Voth. Gets it around to Raspberry. Raspberry dribbles off to the left side. Dribbling into the paint against 2 defenders. Lays it up and good.
Good defensive effort by Cheney, but couldn't keep Collegiate contained.
Spartans momentarily put on the full court press. Jack Voth easily able to break it. Gets the ball up to Burdick, now back to Voth. Voth sizing up Raspberry, dribbles off to his left. Still at the top of the key, sizing up the defense, tries to dribble all the way into the post, dumps it down underneath, and score the basket for Painter.
Yeah, interesting. We thought they would play the outside play there, but instead they do what nobody expected, play the inside play on the very first play of the game.
Both went right in, drew 2 defenders, and dumped the pass off to Painter as Cheney got an easy 2 underneath on the backdoor cut. Shackelford now at the top of the key for the Spartans, looking to get downhill, met by 2 defenders, kicks out to Ahmad, corner 3 on the way, no good. Rebound goes out to Painter. Spartans looking to press up here on the full court. Voth able to turn the corner around Ahmad, breaks the timeline, gets a little bit of a push off, gets Ahmad off of him, passes the ball back off to Robertson. Robertson swings it around in the corner to Painter. Painter dribbling against 2 defenders, kicks it back out, 3 on the way, right side, good. Jace Robinson buries it from outside as Cheney looks to set the tone behind the arc.
They just misdrew the Collegiate defense there and could not stop them.
Shackelford in on the right block, got the pass in from Ahmad, met by 2 defenders, and jump ball called underneath the basket as Lynch flew in to tie up the ball. It'll go Cheney's way on the possession arrow.
So far offensively, this game is not going well for Collegiate. They are getting tied up by this Cheney defense in a way they didn't expect.
Cheney once again able to break the press. Voth gets across half court, still looking to dribble in, takes a 10-footer from the free throw line, no good. Rebound trickles right out to Painter as the Spartans can't win on the glass. 3 on the way, top of the key from Lynch, no good. Gets around his screen and gets the rebound as it goes out to Robertson, who's undercut by Raspberry for a foul underneath. Cheney to inbound under the basket as the Spartans are getting beat on the glass early on.
And it kind of just begs the question, where was Collegiate on that defensive play? They had several times where Cheney found themselves open, a couple free floaters, even one free open 3. This is honestly one of the best case scenarios for how poorly this Collegiate team was defensively.
Yeah, they just never had the box out going. High pass in the backcourt. Able to be saved by Painter. Painter fighting against Weta. Gets the ball across the half-court line once again. 2 minutes into the game. Cheney leads 5-2. Painter on the right side gets it back off to Robertson. Robertson gets it off in the paint to Burdick. Burdick with a runner in the lane gets it to go. 7-2 now the Cheney advantage as Heinz Turner looking to get the ball in for the Spartans. Cheney moving up with the full court press. Drumright easily able to break and lays it up in transition. Carter Drumright with a nice move to get around a defender and lay it in front of the pack.
Carter Drumright, quick statement play, keeping Collegiate in it. 4-7 the score.
Chege, the center for the Spartans, trying to guard Voth in the full court. Voth easily able to break it. Jump stop, gets it back out to Robertson. Robertson drives all the way into the lane. Shot affected by Heinz Turner, no good. Drumright running in transition. Stolen away by Burdick. Burdick saved it out of bounds into the hands of Lynch, who controls possession, now gets it back off to Voth. Voth gets the ball up across the half-court line. 5 minutes left in the first quarter, 7-4 the score. Spartans trail. Voth goes all the way into the lane, kicks it back out to Burdick. Burdick, 3 on the way, no good. Missed back iron. Batiste couldn't control the rebound. Another 3 on the way for Cheney. Second opportunity goes.
Open 3 taken and made. Collegiate nowhere to be found from outside the arc.
Drumright dribbles behind his back, has his shot rejected as he goes up with it from the right elbow. In transition, 3 on the way. Lynch, no good. Putback opportunity, no good. Rebound fought for underneath. Heinz Turner comes down with it as the Spartans lucky to not get exploited there on the second opportunity by Cheney, who once again cleaned up the glass. Heinz Turner now driving into the paint against 2 defenders. Wild shot, no good. He was fouled as he went up, going to the charity stripe for 2.
Good creation make there. This game is coming down to a bit of athleticism. These Cheney guys, they got the football skills. They're out rebounding under the glass. Collegiate, they're more athletic guys. AJ Batiste, Sebastian Heinz Turner. This is their time to show up. David Chege, all those guys. This is probably one of the most athletic squads you can put out there for Collegiate right now. You've got to play hard and aggressive this entire game.
Heinz Turner's first free throw rims out, and Aiden, as you were saying, Cheney is beating the Spartans on the glass right now. Not an area we expected the Spartans to struggle in early on. They're just getting around those box outs, though, and the Spartans have been unable to respond as Heinz Turner gets the second free throw to go at the line and will sub out of the game. Him and Chege are out in place of Shackelford and Cyrus into the game. Spartans will look to press up immediately here in the full court. Cheney momentarily struggling to get the ball in, fighting to get it into the hands now of Burdick. He got the ball in from McDaniel. Burdick moving up quickly, gets it around in the corner to Summerer. Summerer looking for options, gets it back out to Burdick near half court on the right side. Burdick swings it out to his left, gets it off to Voth. Voth from the left side, guarded by Grace, swings it back out now to McDaniel. McDaniel from the top of the key looking to dribble in, kicks it back out to Voth. Voth guarded by Grace, dribbles into the left elbow, pulls it back out to the top of the key. Voth looking for options, sizing up Grace, dribbles into 2 men, gets the ball back off to McDaniel as the Spartan defense is holding strong. McDaniel crosses up, Drumright drives into the lane. Cyrus blocks the shot away. Shackelford comes down with the rebound as the Spartan crowd gets into it. Grace from the corner for 3 in transition, no good. Rebound trickles out to Cheney.
Collegiate's going to have to start capitalizing on these offensive possessions if they want to come back in this game. Their defense is holding strong, but they got to do something here on offense.
McDaniel with the ball, gets it off to Summerer. Summerer kicked back out to McDaniel. McDaniel on the right side looking for options. Drumright gets into the passing lane and steals it away. Batiste 2-on-2 opportunity down the other side of the court. Euro step in transition, blocked away. Voth comes down with the ball. Voth from the top of the key trying to dribble in against Shackelford. Gets down to the low post against Cyrus. Up and under layup, no good. Rebound, though, secured once again by McDaniel. Cheney flying all over the glass right now. Back top of the key, open 3 on the way. Good. Robertson buries another.
You got to get up on that right there. He had an open 3 just a couple steps away from the Collegiate guys. They're going to make that shot 9 times out of 10.
Aiden, I'm going to be curious to see if Coach Fiegel starts to maybe consider a timeout for the Spartans, who are struggling to close out and get to the glass. It's allowing a lot of second chance opportunities for the Cardinals, who have taken advantage to the fullest extent. Drumright lays it up in the lane and has it rejected out of bounds. It'll stay on this end for the Spartans, but the Cheney crowd is into the game right now and is in a frenzy.
Yeah, Cheney finds themselves on a quick run, clearly with the advantage in this game so far. Score 13-5.
2 minutes 30 left in the first quarter. Like you said, Aiden, the Spartans trail by 8 right now. The score 13-5 as Ahmad will have the inbound under the basket. Swings it off to Raspberry. Open 3 left corner. No good. Missed short. Cyrus fighting for the rebound. Just pushed away from the basketball as Thomas comes up with it. Thomas gets it back off to Voth. Voth gets the ball across the timeline, trying to size up Heinz Turner. Gets the ball back off to Burdick. Burdick now back out to Voth. Voth, ball on the floor momentarily, regathers, gets it out back to Burdick. Top of the key, now swung around to Painter. Painter gets it back off to Burdick. Burdick dribbling the right side, kicks it back out to McDaniel. McDaniel sizing up Ahmad on the right side. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Into Painter. Painter kicks it off quickly underneath in the post to Thomas, who lays it in.
Cheney clearly doing the unexpected here, fighting on the inside, just completely out-competing Collegiate in this matchup.
Yeah, Aiden, Cheney just using that back door right now to get everything they could want, and they've been able to get open threes as a result of the Spartans having to help on defense as the ball is stolen away in the front court for the Spartans. Now into the hands of Burdick. Burdick kicks out to Voth. Voth fouled as Shackelford tried to seal off the baseline. Foul on the floor. Cheney to inbound under the basket.
Score now 15-5. Collegiate trails by 10. I'm also starting to wonder, where is that timeout? Collegiate clearly needs to reset a little bit, as they are just getting absolutely out-competed, as Cheney just seemingly has all the advantage.
Thomas gets the ball into McDaniel on the left side. Heinz Turner gets into the passing lane. He'll be going one-on-one against Voth. Voth blew by him, and Heinz Turner laid it in.
Good move by Sebastian Heinz Turner, getting a little bit of momentum back.
Spartans looking for a spark plug, and that could very well be Heinz Turner. McDaniel has the ball. Heinz Turner falls. McDaniel driving all the way into the paint against Cyrus. Cyrus affected the shot. No good. Ahmad comes down with the rebound. Fighting in transition. Nearly has it tipped away. Finds himself in the left corner. No look. Pass through it right into the hands of McDaniel. Not sure what Ahmad was thinking that time, as he had an open man cutting to the basket. 3 on the way in transition. 5-on-4 opportunity. Air ball on the way from Robertson, and he'll hear it from the collegiate student section. Ahmad comes down with the rebound, gets it off to Heinz Turner. Heinz Turner breaks the timeline. 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Heinz Turner sizing up his man, gets it to the top of the key, now dribbles off to his right. Heinz Turner trying to back down Thomas. Heinz Turner still on the right side, just sizing up the defense, directs the offense off to the left side, trying to create a little bit of isolation. Heinz Turner crosses up his defender, moves into the paint. Heavy contact, lays it in anyway. Heinz Turner bodies up Thomas and lays it in.
He could not be stopped by just one man. Sebastian Heinz Turner sees his team behind and takes the offense into his hands.
Quick in transition, Burdick, no good. Rebound fought for underneath. Thomas momentarily had it before it was stripped away by Heinz Turner. Raspberry now with the ball moving quickly. He's going to pull the ball back out. 10 seconds left in the quarter as the Spartans are clawing their way back into it. Only down by 6, 15-9 the score. 5 seconds left. Heinz Turner drives all the way into the lane and scores. Heinz Turner, what a move, and that will sound the buzzer on the first quarter as the Spartans come storming back to only be down by 4. 15-11 the score.
All this momentum right here can be attributed to one man and one man only, and that is Sebastian Heinz Turner. He's creating one-on-one opportunities in which he can just not be stopped when his team is behind. This is clearly a big change in momentum in Collegiate's favor. However, we saw just how quick Cheney can move, how just dangerous they can be when they have the momentum. A quick 15-5 score just makes me so nervous, and that can be mostly attributed not to the guy we were most worried about, Jack Voth, but to Jace Robinson, who already has 2 threes from behind the arc.
Yeah, Aiden, we talked about how the Spartans have struggled to settle into this game a little bit, though. Early on, it's Cheney with the rebounding advantage at 6-4 against the Spartans. And in the turnover battle, the Spartans are fortunate to only be leading by 1. They're up 2-3 on Cheney. 2 turnovers for the Spartans, 3 for the Cardinals. But it seems like the Spartans haven't done a good job to take care of this ball either to start the game.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is, even though they're kind of pretty much even on the turnover count, the real story is how Collegiate is just unable to score in transition. We had a couple times where that ball was pretty quickly turned over. We saw one from Asa, Robbie, and Carter Drumright. Just all of those were in transition. So if we're going to get those rebounds, we got to be able to score in transition. That's a quick 6 points.
Despite all of that, though, it's Heinz Turner with 7 points and a spark plug for the Spartans. 3 on the way by Drumright, no good, and Weta missed the tip in. Cheney comes down with the rebound, now into the hands of McDaniel. Spartans missed a couple of open looks there, 1 from 3, 1 from under the basket on the putback, and Cheney's going to go the other way with it. Burdick now has the ball across the timeline. 15-11 to score. The Spartans on a 6-0 run have clawed their way back into this one. And an offensive foul called away from the basketball, an illegal screen on Robertson, number 13.
As it sends the Collegiate crowd into a bit of a frenzy. They might be outnumbered 2-1 by the Cheney crowd, but they are making their presence known.
Yeah, they're right next to us here on the left side of the court, Aiden, and they are getting into it. Cheney, though, to the right of us, you can hear that back and forth conversation between the two fan bases, and both sides are loud and getting into the game. Drumright dumps it down to Heinz Turner. Heinz Turner couldn't get it to go over two defenders, gets his rebound back, puts it back in. Heinz Turner doing it all for the Spartans right now. 15-13 the score as the Spartans carry that 6-0 run now into an 8-0 run to start the second quarter.
Yeah. Just a do-it-yourself play by Sebastian Heinz Turner right there. Created the ISO situation and capitalized.
Ball into the hands of Robertson. Robertson near the top of the key, kicks it back off to Painter. Painter just beyond half court now, dribbles it up to the top of the key. Painter dribbles around two defenders, left the layup short against Raspberry and fouled him on the rebound.
That's what we like to see. That'll be the second foul on Cheney so far.
And that's the second foul on number 35, Carter Painter, a starter for the Cheney Cardinals, is now likely going to have to come out of the game until the second half. Ball back into the hands of Heinz Turner as the Spartans now have a chance to tie or take the lead after being down 10 at one point. Heinz Turner misses the handle just a little bit, gets it off Shackelford on the right side. Drumright fakes off the defender for three, now puts it up, no good. Drumright has missed two from the top of the key. Foul out to Thomas. Thomas nearly threw it away. Instead gets it into the hands of Lynch. Lynch kicks it back out to Voth, who will reset the offense for Cheney. Voth dribbling in against Wetta. Jump pass gets it away in the corner to Robertson. Robertson kicks it back now out to Lynch. Lynch at the top of the key. Dribbles right, gets it off to Voth. Voth on the right side fighting against Wetta. Spartan defense standing strong, not letting anything get inside. Burdick with the ball, top of the key. Dribbles around his defender, turns the corner. Shot deflected by Drumright. Thomas comes down with the rebound and lays it in for two. With a foul, Cheney will go to the line trying to convert a three-point play as Thomas just found the ball as it fell into his lap and laid it in for two.
Yeah, that was a great move right there by him. He saw the opportunity to pick up the rebound under guys who are littler than him, got it up to go with the arm in his face. That is a great move right there, maybe to pull the momentum back in Cheney's direction without Collegiate even getting the opportunity to take the lead.
Yeah, and that wasn't even a situation where the Spartans got beat on the boards. The ball just kind of fell into the lap of Thomas that time, and he was able to put it back and in through the contact. Drumright had a great job to deflect the ball away and force a miss on the layup beforehand, but the Spartans are potentially going to pay for it with 3 points scored by Cheney as that free throw will roll in, and Cheney gets the three-point play from the line. 18-13 now the score. AJ Batiste into the game for the Spartans, dribbles it off to the right side, now gets it back to Ahmad on the right wing. Ahmad picks up his dribble, gets it off to Cyrus at the free throw line. Cyrus dribbles right, off balance shot, no good. Rebound tipped out by Wetta, can't be saved, out of bounds though. It'll go Cheney's way.
Good try by Brett Wetta to raise over his guy right there, but still just tipped it out of bounds. It was a little too high for him to get.
McDaniel gets the ball back in from Burdick. Spartans are laying off the press a little bit after Cheney exploited it for a couple of good transition looks early in the game, like we talked about at the top of the broadcast. Spartans falling back into the half-court man-to-man defense. Three in the corner from Thomas on the way, no good, rims out. Heinz Turner comes down with the rebound. Fighting McDaniel in the backcourt, moves it up across the timeline. Heinz Turner looking to go coast to coast, shot rejected by Daniel. McDaniel, ball on the floor, and out of bounds off the Spartans as Cheney forces a turnover on the missed shot. 5 minutes 10 left in the half. Spartans trail by 5, 18-13 the score as Cheney has gotten the momentum back on their side. Shackelford going to press up against Voth as McDaniel gets the ball in from Burdick. Shackelford just shading Voth, who won't get the ball. He brings the double team over with Ahmad. Ball out to Burdick. Burdick gets it out to Voth. Voth knifes his way all the way into the lane, lays it up short off the glass. Cheney struggling to get layups around the rim right now, just leaving them short. Ahmad comes down with the rebound, gets it off to Shackelford. Shackelford dribbling the right side in the high post, swings it around to Batiste. Batiste on the right side looking for options, backing down Voth. Pulls the ball back out behind the perimeter. Now dribbles out to the top of the key, gets it off to Grace. Grace on the right side, looking for options. Passes back out to Shackelford. Shackelford from the right elbow, picks up his dribble, puts the ball back on the floor as they say it was toggled, so no turnover for the Spartans. Ahmad now with the ball, gets it back out to Cyrus. Cyrus dribbles in, out to Shackelford, pump fakes the three, dribbles in, kicks out to Batiste. Batiste drives the way all the way into the paint, had it stripped, and it's out of bounds off of Cheney, much to the dismay of the Cardinal fan base. It'll stay on this end for the Spartans.
Yeah, it's easy to get out-yelled in this situation, but still, the refs are now discussing, however.
Yeah, and the refs are going to talk about this one, and they're going to keep it on this end.
4 minutes left. Collegiate still trails score 18-13 as the momentum is quickly stripped away from them, pending this offensive possession. Collegiate really struggling to make any kinds of points with their typical strategy.
Ahmad kicks it out to Drumright on the corner, gets around a defender, fakes him out, goes under him to try to put the layup in, no good. Young comes down with the rebound for Cheney, gets it off to Burdick. Burdick dribbling in Shackelford. Burdick puts up a long three from step back, no good. Step back three, no good for Cheney. Hines Turner comes down with the rebound, gets it out to Ahmad. Ahmad dribbles in, kicks off to Batiste. Batiste, runner in the lane, falls. Friendly roll for A.J. Batiste as he puts two in for the Spartans, his first of the night. 18-15 now the score, 3:46 left in the half. Spartans trying to fight their way back into this game and trying to tie it up or take the lead at some point. Burdick on the right side, runner in the lane, no good on the tear-dropping shot. Batiste comes down with the rebound, gets it out to Ahmad. Ahmad gives it off to Shackelford, who will set up the offense for the Spartans from the top of the key just beyond half court.
Yeah, now it seems like the ones that are stifled by defense is Cheney. They can't get anything to go offensively.
Shackelford gets it back out to Ahmad. Ahmad on the left side fighting against Burdick. Swings it off to Batiste. Batiste dribbles to the left, stops, shoots, no good. Never even hit the rim as it bounces harmlessly off the glass into the hands of Jack Voth for the rebound. Voth kicks it out in transition to McDaniel. McDaniel thought about the three, instead gets it to Burdick on the left wing, swung back out to Voth at the top of the key. 3 minutes now left in the half, 18-15 still the score here from Chaparral as these two teams are in a dogfight trying to make it to the state tournament. Ball dumped down into Thomas. Thomas puts up the layup, just leaves it short once again. The Spartans not letting anything go down in close. Hines Turner comes away with the rebound. Fighting, lays it up off the glass, no good. Shackelford follows it up, leaves it just a little bit long. Hines Turner comes down with the rebound though, and Ahmad will set up the offense as the Spartans look for an opportunity on the third chance based on the good offensive rebounding for the Spartans. Ahmad still having the ball in his hands, looking to set up the offense, swings it out to Shackelford on the left side, now to Batiste, Drumright, now Ahmad. Ahmad dumps it down into Hines Turner. Hines Turner on the right side, kicks out Drumright, three on the way, no good, just missed it a little bit short as Drumright tried to tie up the game.
Good rotation move there, clearly set up by Asa Ahmad, couldn't quite get it to go though.
It looked like Lindsey Frieden was calling for a timeout. He'll finally be granted one as the ball gets across the half-court line. As Cheney gets the timeout, momentum has swung firmly in the Spartan direction, it seems like, in this second quarter as they have come storming back in this one, now finding themselves only down by 3 points, where at one point it was 10.
I completely agree. Collegiate has really come on the come-up in this situation here, but they still can't manage to strip the lead away from Cheney in this situation. So far, Cheney is doing a great job shooting from behind, defensively, maintaining a 3-2 defensive zone, not letting them drive inside, and then just poking out at the certain players who they know will try and shoot on the outside. It's a really effective strategy to counteract Collegiate's offense, and it's working really well, keeping the score at a stagnant low with only 2 minutes and 8 seconds left.
Yeah, and we talked about Cheney's defense down low, Aiden. That's really what's led them in this one so far. 4 blocks on the night already for the Cardinals as the Spartans have just been stopped almost completely trying to drive downhill against multiple defenders. They have to be a little bit smarter with the ball as this game goes on, realizing that Cheney is a more physical team than they are used to seeing, and not get that shot rejected going against 2 defenders. Cheney has the ball back in out of the timeout, out to Voth. Voth gets it to McDaniel on the right side, spins against Ahmad, puts up the shot, leaves it short off the glass once again. Hines Turner comes away with the ball in transition, kicks it to Weta. Weta on the right wing, tries to cross up his defender Burdick. Stops, shoots, travel called beforehand. No, a push-off called beforehand on Brett Weta. Looked like it could have been a travel or a push-off. Either way, it's a Spartan turnover, and unfortunately so for Collegiate, as Weta drained the mid-range shot after the push-off.
Yeah, it was definitely something there.
Cheney gets the ball back up by 3, 1 minute 50 left in the half. Spartans now employing the full court press, moving up to try to trap Cheney and steal a possession away. Hasn't worked to much avail tonight, though, as the Spartans have not been able to come away with a turnover in the full court press. 3 on the way in transition. Cheney was able to break the press. 3, no good on the way, though, as Cheney skies down with the rebound for the Spartans. Ball now into the hands of Heinz Turner. Heinz Turner gets the ball across the timeline. 1 minute 30 left in the half. Spartans have clawed their way back. They just haven't been able to tie or take the lead yet in this game. Raspberry was trapped in the corner, nearly threw it away. Instead, it was tipped off a Cheney defender out of bounds. Spartans keep it on this end.
Yeah, Robbie Raspberry tried to drive down on the inside, got trapped a little bit, tried passing out to Sebastian Heinz Turner. Sebastian Heinz Turner found himself reaching, got a little bit of lucky that Cheney was just a little bit too aggressive for that ball.
Heinz Turner gets the ball in from Raspberry, now on the left side. Kicks it back out to Weta. Weta at the top of the key, sizing up Voth. Voth getting out on him near half court. Weta crosses him up, goes down into the basket, is fouled as he puts up the shot. A nice move from Brett Weta, draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, he caught Cheney kind of yelling at him as he was pushed back, hit the cross up, managed to weave his way around 2 defenders, couldn't get it to go, but nice foul.
Weta at the line, trying to draw the Spartans closer to Cheney. Gets the first free throw to go. 18-16 now the score. He
has the opportunity to put this in a 1-point difference.
Thomas will check back into the game in place of Summerer. Weta at the line, trying to convert the second free throw as Cyrus and Shackelford will head to the scorer's table. Weta's second free throw, good. Brett Weta draws the Spartans back to within 1. 18-17 the score as the Spartan crowd gets to their feet. 18-17 the score, 1 minute 8 left in the half. Spartans once again trying to push up for a full court press. As I've said, though, it hasn't worked out for them tonight. It's allowed a lot of good transition looks for the Cardinals, who have just missed a couple of threes these past couple of minutes. Off the transition looks. Spartans have been lucky to not get burned by those. As Voth moves the ball into the front court, Spartans sag off the press a little bit, electing instead to set up in the half-court man-to-man defense. Now under a minute left in the half. Thomas gets the ball, dumps it down to McDaniel on the high post. McDaniel spinning against Drumright. Mismatch. He gets it to go with the foul. Drumright was met with a mismatch that time and got scored on and fouled him as he went up.
Cheney clearly not wanting Collegiate to get anywhere near controlling the lead, as they have an opportunity to make this a 2-possession difference once again.
McDaniel will go to the line for the 3-point play as Cheney found a nice mismatch under the basket, and he laid it up through the contact. Free throw on the way, straight through. Cheney extends the lead back to 2 possessions and a 4-point lead. 21-17 the score, 45 seconds left in the half. Ahmad has the ball. Cheney not going to press up. They meet Heinz Turner just past half court. Spartan fans want a foul as a defender ran through Ahmad. Heinz Turner instead dribbling against 2 defenders, rises fadeaway, no good, difficult shot. Cyrus comes down with the rebound, kicks it back out to Ahmad. 26 seconds left.
Great job by Cyrus to collect that rebound there. Both David Chege and Judah Cyrus doing a lot better on these rebounds in the second quarter.
Ahmad on the right side, receiving instructions from Coach Fiegel as the Spartans start to rotate around. Now Heinz Turner has the ball in an ISO possession at the top of the court. Sizes up his defender, step back 3 on the way, no good. Cyrus trying to come down with the rebound, nothing going. Thomas comes down with the rebound, heaves it at the buzzer, no good. We will go to halftime with the score 21-17, and frankly, Aiden, the Spartans are lucky that it's not anything more.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, Connor, I am sweating at this point in the game. Collegiate now is losing by 4 points, 2 possessions. We talk about a winning mentality. Cheney is going to continue to play hard throughout the entire second half. Even when Collegiate had the momentum in their favor, they did not have enough to come back from 10 points and put themselves back in the lead. At no point in this entire game so far has Collegiate been in the lead.
Yeah, Cheney's led this one wire to wire so far as we go to the second half. As Collegiate trails by 4, 21-17 the score. Seems like there are certain definite things, though, the Spartans can do to tighten this one up.
I completely agree, especially when it comes to their transition movements, capitalizing on those, also just kind of trying to be a little more consistent offensively. You know, when you're trying to create offensively, those are the low percentage shots that Ion talked about in the last game, where it's, you got Sebastian Heinz Turner, AJ Batiste kind of off-balance floaters that are taken from, the point where you're going to hit the ground. trying to get those to go, that's not a really consistent way to make up points in a matchup like this, especially when your opponent can so consistently make three-point plays either in the glass or from around side the arc. So really, in this matchup, you've got to start being a little more consistent offensively.
Yeah, Aiden, you talked about those shots that the Spartans were taking, a lot of off-balance shots, off 1 foot, going against 2 defenders down in the post. That can't happen in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And just looking at this stat card right here, kind of going back on what I already said about these rebounds, Sebastian Hines-Turner, Judah Cyrus, and David Chege all dominating the glass in this second quarter. We have almost more than doubled the amount of rebounds that Cheney is getting all throughout this second quarter. However, the scoreboard has stayed stagnant, and I think that has a little bit to do with trying to be more consistent scoring-wise. You know, you can get as many rebounds as you possibly can. You get 4 opportunities to put it back up, but if you can't put it in the hoop, then none of those rebounds at the end of the day really matter.
Yeah, Aiden, the story so far also has been the ability of Cheney to break that Spartan full-court press. Seems like the Spartans have tried to push up against Cheney at times, and like I've said, it's led to open three-point looks in transition, and that's why I think the Spartans are fortunate to only be down by 4. Cheney hasn't necessarily shot the lights out. Now, they've made their fair share of three-pointers. A couple of players have really done a good job, including Robertson, who has 2 early on in the going. But for the most part, Cheney hasn't scored a whole lot of threes, and it's been a good job by Collegiate to take away that three-point line in the half-court defense. But when it's in transition, Cheney's done a really good job of finding those open looks. They just haven't always converted.
Yeah, so far Collegiate's getting outplayed right now. They're just getting, frankly, outplayed offensively, even defensively at some points in the game. A lot of the times it's not really not successful offensive possessions for Cheney aren't due to Collegiate defense, but due to the inability to kind of capitalize on shots. And really, as we kind of have seen from past games of Cheney in both football and basketball, the second half is kind of where they light up. So this is going to be a really, really tough rest of the game for Collegiate, and it's really going to take a big switch in the momentum for Collegiate to come out with the win on this one. But by no means at all is it away from them.
Yeah, absolutely, Aiden. This is anybody's game at this point. You feel like at least in the second quarter, the Spartans settled down a little bit more and got into the groove of the game. Seems like they were getting beat in every aspect in the first quarter. Like we said, they were down by 10 points at one point. It was 15-5, and then they went on a big 8-0 run spanning the 2 quarters, the first and the second, that got them back into this one. They just haven't quite been able to firmly push that rock over the cliff yet, though, as they are still down by 4 and haven't been able to tie or take the lead at any point in this one.
I completely agree.
It's been a fun one so far from Chaparral. It's been an absolute rock fight between these 2 teams, as we will take about a 5-minute break and be back for the start of the second half with a ticket to Hutch on the line. The score 21 for Cheney and 17 for Collegiate. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for the start of the second half. Hello and welcome back to the Collegiate Sports Network as we come to you live here from Chaparral, Kansas, and the final of the 3A Substate competition between the Wichita Collegiate Spartans and the Cheney Cardinals, with a chance to make it to the state tournament on the line. Cheney leads 21-17 as we get ready to start the second half, and this game has been in many ways characterized by a defensive battle. The two teams combined for only 12 points in the second quarter as Cheney has just grinded down the Spartans so far.
Yeah, but that's just the issue with this game so far, is that it has been a defensive battle. And the real issue that we're having with Collegiate so far is their offense not being able to capitalize. And we're kind of seeing that. It is such a low-scoring game going into the half. Only 21-17, Cheney advantage. I mean, we got to start getting some more guys open. And a lot of that can be attributed to Cheney's ability to play on defense.
Yeah, Aiden, the Spartans have struggled to get a varied scoring attack going so far. Heinz Turner leads the Spartans with 9 points, but besides that, it's just 4 different players with 2 points for the Spartans. Meanwhile, Cheney has a varied scoring attack all the way down their lineup. Thomas has 5, Robertson has 6, and then a couple of other players have 2-3 points in this game. Cheney has had way more scoring options on the court, it seems, than the Spartans early in this one. Cheney has the ball back in as there are 16 minutes left to decide a spot in the 3A state tournament in Hutch. Voth has the ball in at the top of the key, dribbling against Shackelford. Cheney has done a good job to find mismatches all night long underneath the basket. They just haven't finished at all times. Wild layup shot, no good from Lynch as he was off balance going against Ahmad. Raspberry gets it down into Shackelford. Shackelford kicks back out to Ahmad. Ahmad dribbles in from the top of the key, rises from the paint, no good, gets his own rebound. Dribbling in against 2 defenders, rises, shoots, no good, missed the rim completely, and it bounces off the glass into the hands of Burdick.
You gotta like that aggression from Asa Ahmad, but you gotta have someone who's a more consistent shooter making those plays.
Burdick turns the corner around Raspberry and lays it in.
Puts up the first points in a while as Cheney only widens the gap between Collegiate and them.
That's not a situation you can be having. You can't let Cheney get into some kind of a scoring run here, Aiden, or else this could get really sketchy for the Spartans. Heinz Turner kicks out Raspberry, 3 on the way. Good! Robbie Raspberry drains a huge 3 for the Spartans to start the second half. 23-20 the score as Raspberry cuts it back down to a one-possession game. Ahmad nearly steals the ball away in the backcourt as it's tipped out of bounds. Cheney will inbound from the sidelines, stuck almost down in the coffin corner down here. We'll see how much the Spartans try to press. Looks like it won't be much as Voth gets the ball in, only guarded by Weta.
Huge 3 by Robbie Raspberry to kickstart this Collegiate team. That was the most integral time to get one.
Voth gets downhill. He's fouled by Weta going up for the layup. Last 2 possessions for the Cardinals have resulted in blow-bys at the top of the key that have led to either the Spartans having to foul or a layup going in easily for Cheney.
Cheney is seriously playing at their best right now offensively.
Voth at the line for 2 free throws. His first time from the charity stripe tonight. First free throw on the way. Good.
One more to go. Cheney keeps the gap at a 2-possession game.
Voth's second free throw on the way, and it's true. He extends the lead back to 5. 25-20 the score. 6:34 left in the third quarter. Weta gets the ball in from Raspberry. Cheney pressing up just a little bit. Weta able to break the full court press. Tries to get it up court. Raspberry's going to have to save it from going over and back, and he won't be able to. Oh my! It looked like Raspberry had saved the ball, but the officials say it went over and back. Raspberry was in the air when he saved the ball away, but the official called it over and back. Cheney with the ball. Now into the front court. Voth swings the ball right out. Layup on the way, foul called as Paintoner went up with it. Heinz Turner was forced to foul him to stop the layup. Cheney going to the line for another 2 free throws.
2 quick fouls by Collegiate once again proved to be how Cheney offensively is just killing them.
Paintoner at the line for the first free throw, straight through. Cheney now with the chance to extend this to a 3-possession game for the first time since the first quarter, if Paintoner can get this one to go.
Carter comes out and you hear jeering from Collegiate. They need him to start making some threes.
Paintoner's second free throw rims out. He only gets the first one at the line. That keeps the lead at 2 possessions and 6 points. 26-20 the score, 6:13 left in the third quarter. Hines Turner with the ball on the right side, swings it back around to Shackelford. Shackelford now to Drumright, top of the key, out to Batiste. Batiste dumps it down into Chege. Chege in the post, puts a move on his defender, lays it up just short, but he was fouled. That'll be the third on Paintoner. Paintoner will likely have to check out of this game yet again, as his minutes were severely limited by foul trouble in the first half as well. Chege at the line for 2 free throws. First one on the way. Good.
Gets first one to go. Opportunity to cut down this lead back to what it was at the beginning of the half.
And although Paintoner has to come out of the game for Cheney, Thomas has filled in just as well as the starter. Paintoner, he's had 5 points already in this game and has played well in the paint. Chege going to the line for his second free throw. Up and straight through. Chege converts both at the line. 2 big free throws for David Chege. Voth gets the ball in from Burdick. Met by 3 defenders for the Spartans. They'll run off him a little bit. Deep pass down court. Finds the hands of Robertson. Robertson on the right block kicks it back out to Voth, who will set up the offense. Voth motions Lynch off left, creating ISO against Carter Drumright. Turns the corner against him, up and under against 2 defenders, and lays it in. What a move by Jack Voth to go up and under and through David Chege to get the easy 2, and the Spartans nearly turn it over in the backcourt. Instead, tipped out of bounds off of Robertson, so the Spartans will have it on a side out.
Pure athleticism right there. Got it over and under. Collegiate still continues to trail.
Hines Turner now with the ball for the Spartans. He might have to start getting into this game offensively to serve as that spark plug yet again. Crosses up a defender, dumps it down into Chege. Chege met by 2 defenders. Ball on the floor, fought for underneath. Hines Turner flies in to try to save it. Chege with the ball, comes up with it, and traveled as he tried to control the ball. Chege was trying to get it off into the corner, and he took 2 steps trying to regather the possession. Spartans turn it over yet again, 28-22 still the score. 5:18 left in the third quarter. Cheney out to a 6-point lead.
Cheney gets another opportunity to make this a 3-possession game.
Voth moves the ball up court into the hands of Burdick. Burdick at the top of the key now, dribbling against Ahmad. Burdick sizing him up, dribbles right, gets it off to Robertson. Now back out to Burdick. Burdick met by 2 defenders, gets off of one of them, passes in the corner, 3 on the way. Lynch, no good, rimmed out. Chege comes down with the rebound. Drumright moving quickly in transition, tries to cross up a defender, kicks it out to Ahmad. Ahmad pump fakes on the 3, dribbles in against 2 defenders, back out Drumright, corner 3, left side. Good with the foul, Carter Drumright gets it to go with the foul. Carter Drumright going to the line, trying to convert a 4-point play for the Spartans.
Come on, when it's contested, when you need those points, put Carter Drumright behind the line every single time.
Huge basket for the Spartans as Drumright buries it from the left corner and will go to the line for a 4-point play. This could be the spark the Spartans need. We were talking about it as Hines Turner came down the court. The Spartans needed some kind of spark, and this very well could be it.
Yeah, just as we were getting pessimistic in this situation, Carter Drumright with the 3.
Drumright at the line for 1 free throw, puts it up, goes through, gets the shooter's touch. Drumright converts the 4-point play. Spartans cut the lead back down to 2 points, 28-26 the score.
Carter Drumright comes out energetic, leading his team on. If this doesn't kickstart them, nothing will.
Voth gets the ball away to Burdick. Spartans pressing up. Burdick able to break the full court press, gets it across the half-court line. Swings it out to McDaniel, now gets it right back. Burdick on the left side, dribbling against Ahmad. Drives into the high post, swings it off to McDaniel. McDaniel from the left elbow, kicks it back out to Burdick beyond the 3-point line. Now to Voth. Voth swings it to Burdick. Burdick on the left side, dumps it down to Thomas. Thomas going one-on-one in the post. Turns the corner and lays it in.
Judah Cyrus got a little bit cooked there on defense. See what Collegiate could do offensively.
Ahmad dribbling behind his back, nearly lost it. Keeps possession of it, though. 4 minutes left in the third quarter, 30-26 the score. Ahmad picks up his dribble, gets it off to Cyrus. Cyrus trying to answer in the post, tried to swing it out to Batiste, who tried to save it out of bounds into the hands of Voth. Voth dribbling in transition, stops, gives it off to Burdick on the left side. Burdick dribbling down into the post, gets it down to Thomas, blocked by Cyrus. Cyrus blocks it again on the putback. Rebound being fought for underneath. Robertson comes down with it. Robertson against two defenders. Shackelford steals it away with Cyrus. Cyrus with a complete defensive effort as he blocked the ball away twice and stole it. Ball on the floor in the backcourt. Spartans get the ball away. As Coach Fiegel calls a quick timeout as the Spartans are back with possession after a dogged defensive effort from Judah Cyrus and James Shackelford. And they saved the possession and Fiegel called the timeout.
Couple of huge plays by some key players, but Collegiate still finds themselves 4 points behind in this situation. Score 26-30. Carter Drumright, Judah Cyrus with some huge offensive and defensive plays. If I was Coach Fiegel right now, you've got to keep those guys on the court. Those are the two guys that are going to kickstart this comeback for Collegiate. If anybody's going to get Collegiate back in the lead, you need Judah Cyrus defensively and Carter Drumright offensively.
Lindy Frieden wanted a 10-second call on the other side of the court for Cheney. He thought the Spartans didn't get the ball across half court quick enough. Officials say the Spartans did, so they were able to save that possession, but the ball was on the court in the back half of the court for a good moment of time for the Spartans. They were fortunately able to save it after getting 2 blocks from Judah Cyrus. Ahmad now with the ball in the front court for the Spartans, looking to get it in, finds Weta. Weta swings it back out right to Shackelford as the Spartan faithful are into it. Drumright, long three on the way, no good. And rebound goes out to Voth. Voth elbows Weta, trying to come down for the rebound, trying to clear it out. He never saw Weta and elbowed him. Voth in the lane, lays it up, no good. And Shackelford is called for the foul on the layup.
Yeah, Collegiate is not going to like that. That was a big elbow in the face.
Yeah, Collegiate not all too happy about it. Voth just didn't see him as he tried to clear out the rebound. I don't think there was anything malicious about it, Aiden. But Voth got called, but Voth got away with the call in the eyes of the Spartan fans and now has a chance to go to the line for 2 free throws after Shackelford fouled him in transition. He gets the first one to go. Raspberry will check into the game for Weta. Voth with the ball at the free throw line. Second free throw on the way, straight through. Voth has been nails from the charity stripe tonight as he buries another free throw. 32-26 the score as Cheney has extended the lead back out to 6. Drumright shovel pass off to Shackelford. Shackelford another shovel pass off to Raspberry as Ahmad could never handle the pass. It's out of bounds as Ahmad tried to dribble the ball before he caught it. Spartans turn it over. Fiegel just staring at Ahmad, just unhappy about the play as the Spartans with an unforced error in the front court at a time where they least needed it.
3 minutes left. Cheney currently outscoring Collegiate in a moment where we really need this Collegiate comeback.
Voth with the ball, carries it across the half-court line slowly. Just under 3 minutes now left in the third quarter as the Spartan crowd is chanting for defense. Ball out to McDaniel, gets it to Thomas on the left side. Ball tipped in, though, on the post. Layup, no good. Voth comes skying down with the rebound and lays it back in as Voth got around the box out and laid it in. Hines Turner trying to go quickly down the other side. Fouls and gets the basket to go. Hines Turner answers in a big moment for the Spartans.
That was a long, long layup, but Collegiate is not going to let Cheney get any way away from him.
Foul assessed to Thomas. That's only his first. Hines Turner will go to the line, trying to convert the three-point play. Free throw up and good. Hines Turner's free throw is straight through. Spartans cut the lead back down to 5. 34-29 the score, 2:36 left in the third quarter. Ahmad goes to the bench. Batiste back into the game for Collegiate. Collegiate moving up for a full court press. Burdick trapped down in the corner, able to dribble out of it, breaks the timeline, nearly had it tipped away. Instead, dumps down to Thomas. Thomas against Shackelford. No call underneath as Shackelford tried to sell on the charge call. And a foul is going to be called as McDaniel tried to stop the progress of Drumright.
As the entire Collegiate crowd is calling for a foul at least once.
Yeah, Aiden, I'm not sure, though. Shackelford really tried to sell that one. Didn't take a whole lot of contact down low. Could have gone either way, though, and the Spartans once again don't come up with a call they want. Drumright gets the ball across the timeline, gets it off to Shackelford. Shackelford on the high post, dribbling in against Burdick. Shovel pass off to Raspberry, swung out to Drumright. Drumright at the top of the key, gets it to a cutting Raspberry. Raspberry underneath the basket, swings it out to Heinz Turner. Now out to Drumright, 3 on the way, top of the key, no good. Missed it long and to the left. Spartans really could have used that one. Voth comes down with the rebound. Voth stops against Batiste, keeps his dribble though. Batiste tried to get into the passing lane, laid up, and a foul called on the layup on Raspberry as the ball got wedged between the backboard and the rim. Either way though, Thomas goes to the line for 2 free throws as the Spartans foul underneath once again.
4th foul on Collegiate and 4th foul on Cheney so far. Both teams would really like to be in the bonus just a little bit earlier.
Thomas at the free throw line, first free throw straight through, 37-29 now the advantage for Cheney as they've got it out to an 8-point lead. Cheney has slowly just taken it to the Spartans. It's been death by 1,000 paper cuts right now in this one for Collegiate. Second free throw goes through as Cheney is executing to the fullest extent at the line right now, shooting at 100% clip in the second half. Raspberry with the ball looking to get it in. Cheney moving on a press. Heinz Turner with the ball in. Heinz Turner trying to break the press, is able to, met by a double team just past half court. Dumps it off to Shackelford just beyond half court. Shackelford trying to set up the offense. 1:35 left in the half. Ball passed off the hands of Heinz Turner and out of bounds once again off the Spartans on this left side of the court as Collegiate is struggling to just get efficient passes away.
Yet another turnover in this situation. 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock.
Ball out to Burdick on the right side. Burdick fighting against Shackelford. Burdick gets around the corner, layup high off the glass and good. Burdick just rolled it in. That extends Cheney's lead to the greatest they've had all night, an 11-point lead for the Cardinals. Drumright swings it around to Batiste. Batiste fighting into the lane against 3 defenders, high off the glass, no good. Heinz Turner comes down with the rebound and he was fouled underneath. And he will likely go to the line for 2, and indeed he will as the Spartans are now over the bonus. That was Cheney's 5th team foul of the quarter as it was assessed to Lynch, his second, or apologies, that was on Robertson, his second of the game. Heinz Turner going to the line for 2 free throws. Spartans facing their largest deficit of the night though, down by 11. Heinz Turner's first free throw misses.
And he cannot move it back into single digits for Collegiate here.
Heinz Turner, a chance to cut this one back down to 10 with the second free throw. Up and good. Heinz Turner gets the second one to go from the line. Spartans now trail by 10, 40-30 the score. 1:03 left in the third quarter. You got to think they've got to get a couple of stops and scores here to claw back into this one. Ball on the right side to Voth. Voth sizing up Heinz Turner, crosses him up, dribbles around to his left, stops, shoots from the free throw line. Missed everything, and Heinz Turner comes down with the rebound, moves it up to Cyrus. Cyrus in transition, gets it to go over the rim on a floater. Big basket for the Spartans in transition. Heinz Turner flies in and gets the steal in the backcourt, kicks it out to Shackelford. Now out to Drumright. Drumright, jab step, thought about the 3, gets it back off to Shackelford. Shackelford looking for instruction from Fiegel. He has the ball on the left side, gets it out to Drumright. Drumright now back out to Heinz Turner. Heinz Turner resets near half court, 21 seconds left in the third quarter. 40-32 the score. Heinz Turner sizing up Burdick. Heinz Turner stealing near half court on the middle of the court. Heinz Turner shovel pass off Drumright, long 3 left side, good! Carter Drumright buries a huge 3. 4 seconds now left in the quarter, and he jumps over a defender, and a blocking foul is called on Carter Drumright as his man just jumped over him and fell. And it's going to send Voth to the line for 2 free throws with 2.4 seconds left in the third quarter. As the Spartans are over the limit now for fouls in the quarter, it'll be 2 free throws for Voth. It was just a collision play over the middle, and Voth fell with the ball. Spartan crowd wanted an offensive foul on Voth for jumping over Drumright, but it was called a foul on Drumright for undercutting Voth as he tried to go for the ball. First free throw goes for Voth. That extends the lead back up to 6 for Cheney.
Carter Drumright doing everything for Collegiate offensively right now.
What a huge 3, though, Aiden, for Carter Drumright. That was from long range as Voth gets the second free throw to go. 2.4 seconds left. Home run pass down the other side of the court for Shackelford. over the hands of Cyrus, out of bounds. That'll leave 1.9 seconds left on the clock for Cheney to do something here at the end of the clock.
Yeah, something likely, nothing here. Score likely 42-35, Cheney's favor.
Ball into Voth. Voth takes 3 dribbles, puts up the shot at the buzzer. Good look. Bounces off the glass, no good. And indeed, we will head to the fourth quarter with the score 42-35. Spartans trail by 7, but it could have been worse. The Spartans got a couple of big plays to claw back into this one. You just hate that Cheney was able to get 2 free throws at the line at the end of the quarter. Spartans could have had this game within 2 possessions. Instead, it's a 3-possession lead for the Cardinals heading to the fourth quarter. Spartans still have a chance to overcome this, though.
Yeah, Collegiate still trying to lead for the first time in this game, have not led at any point as they've just been stifled by this Cheney team. At this point in the game, you've got to start running better on offense. You've got to start accepting the fact that you're not going to get all those foul calls that you want. You've got to continue to play hard. Really, there's not a whole lot more to say at this point. You just got to keep those guys in who are consistently shooting. I want to see Carter Drumright get a ton of playing time in the rest of this quarter. He can make those last-second threes when all the momentum is against Collegiate. He can turn the tide. But just factually, Cheney outscored Collegiate in this third quarter. Collegiate wanted to bring it back just a little bit, make this fourth quarter a punch-out, knockout fight in which they can come out on top. But Collegiate finds themselves in a little bit of a hole that they got to dig themselves out of first.
Yeah, Aiden, Thomas and Voth right now leading the scoring for Cheney at 10 and 12, respectively. The story for the Spartans right now, I think, has to just be stay in front of the ball. Stay in front of your man on the rebounds, box out, and stay in front when they try to drive to the paint. They've had too much good looks inside. Batiste corner 3 on the way, missed it just short as the Spartans had the first possession come up short. To start the fourth quarter, Burdick has the ball on the rebound, trying to move quickly down the other side. Burdick kicks it back out now to McDaniel. McDaniel trying to set up offense. 30 seconds now into the quarter. And a foul called away from the basketball on Shackelford for running through the screen. Third foul on Shackelford, but given the fact that we're now in the fourth quarter, Shackelford will likely stay in. He'll have to be careful not to pick up that fourth foul, though, in a short amount of time. McDaniel has the ball back in for Cheney. McDaniel trying to size up Ahmad on the right side. Dribbles back left to the top of the key. Tries to get downhill. Kicks it back out. Into the hands momentarily of Painter. Kick back out to Voth. Puts up the mid-range shot. Rims out. Rebound fought for underneath. Cyrus had it momentarily. And a foul called on Cheney as they tried to drive under and steal the ball away from Cyrus and dive onto him. Foul called. And that's the fourth foul on Painter. So Thomas going to be relied upon a lot for quality minutes in this one as Painter heads to the bench once again foul-stricken.
Judas Cyrus doing it all on defense right now, especially under the glass.
Shackelford gets the ball into Hines Turner as the Spartans still trail by 7, looking to draw first blood in this fourth quarter. Shackelford moves the ball across the timeline, gets the pass off to Hines Turner. Hines Turner near half court. Dribbles downhill off to the right side, spinning against his defender, puts it up against 2 defenders. No good, a lot of contact on the shot. Play on is the call. McDaniel gets the ball off to Burdick. Burdick stopped by Shackelford, picks up his dribble, gets passed down into Thomas. Thomas posting up Cyrus, puts up the shot, rolls it in. Thomas has done it all inside right now for Cheney, and he has been a big reason why they are up 9 points in this game. He has taken it to the 2 centers for Collegiate. Ahmad on the left side drilling in against Burdick. Foul called on the floor as Ahmad tried to drive into the paint.
Fouls would be really in Collegiate's favor at this point. They really need to get some points up without the clock running.
Number 15, Carter Drumright. Number 21, Chege, and number 5, Brett Wetta.
It'll be Chege, Drumright, and Wetta into the game for Collegiate.
Drumright, a big key offensive player all throughout the third and second quarter. Really important to get the ball into him in the fourth.
Batiste looking to get the ball in, tries to find a cutting Drumright, tipped away. Drumright gets it back. High pass out to Batiste, barely saved from going out of bounds. Batiste dribbling in against 3 defenders, has it stripped away. Batiste just drove into a crowd of Cardinals and turned it over. Voth pull-up shot from the free throw line, gets it to go as Cheney extends the lead back out to 11 with 6 minutes, 16 seconds left. And the Cheney crowd erupts as Coach Fiegel calls a timeout.
Yeah, at this point, Collegiate is just having everything go wrong for them. They can't capitalize on offense. The score stays pretty much stagnant for them, whereas Cheney continues to operate throughout. They continue to play hard, and they continue to hold on to momentum even when Collegiate is making big plays. They make big plays that are trying to strip the momentum away, trying to push it back in their favor. But this game is not that black and white. Cheney, even when Collegiate is in favor, are still putting up points, are still playing strong defense, not letting Collegiate get any kinds of runs. They're just playing really good basketball.
Yeah, Aiden, this is what you would call winning time, and players like Jack Voth are the kind of players you want in those situations. He has scored 12 points in the last 8 minutes for the Cardinals as they try to close this one out. It's the type of play that we've seen from him all season on the football field, and now it's translating to the basketball court for this Cheney team. And unfortunately, it's coming against the Spartans at the worst time. Spartans have the ball back in, and now would be go time for the Spartans. Down 11, 6 minutes left. Still time left in it if you can get a run to go. Heinz Turner lays it in and gets it to go with a foul. That's the exact kind of play the Spartans need late in this going. Have to get fouls drawn going to the rim, and you have to convert on your looks, as Heinz Turner just did. He'll go to the line for a three-point play, looking to cut the deficit to 8 points for the Spartans.
But I gotta say, we've said that a couple times, that's a big name play, but that's always blown up in our face. What we need is consistency in that remark.
Well, Aiden, and the Spartans have to get stops. They've been able to score on the offensive end when they need to buckle down. They just haven't locked down enough on defense, though, to stop Cheney from drawing that momentum right back to their side.
Exactly.
Voth has the ball in his hands on the left side, sizing up Drumright, looking to take a little bit of air out of the ball. 5:47 left in the game. He gets the ball off to Burdick. Burdick gets the ball out to Thomas. Thomas has been a big X factor in this game coming off the bench. Gets the ball out to Burdick. Burdick cuts in, passes back out. McDaniels gets it off now to Voth. Voth up and under, layup, gets it to go. Incredible shot by Voth as he goes up and under for a layup.
Yeah, Voth hasn't been doing anything super incredible on offense so far in the game until now. You talked about winning time, and he's really proving it.
Heinz Turner kicks out. Shackelford rises for a shot from the free throw line. Can't convert. He passed up the open three and tried to dribble in. Voth gets the rebound, has the ball, moves it across half court. 5 minutes left in the game. Spartans trail by 10. 48-38 the score for Cheney. Voth dribbles off to his left. Shackelford trying to stay on him. Voth trying to go downhill from the free throw line, gets it off to Thomas. Thomas gets around Chege, lays it up, no good. Chege with a partial block, and a big one for the Spartans. Ball moved up to Heinz Turner. Heinz Turner dribbling into the lane, met by two defenders, has it stripped. Ball on the floor. Spartans fighting for it into the hands of Robertson. Robertson comes away with the steal. Deep pass down court to Voth. Voth tries to save it out of bounds and is able to save it into the hands of Burdick as Cheney will set up on offense. Burdick kicks it out to Voth. Voth from the right corner resets the offense now, and a huge save out of bounds for Voth as he nearly turned it over. McDaniel gets the ball out to Burdick. Burdick swings it back out to Voth. Cheney going to reset on offense. Cheney's trying to strangle the life out of this game, and Voth is doing a good job of just maintaining possession. Gets the ball to McDaniel at the top of the key.
As they're going to continue to take the air out of this ball, not letting
McDaniel gets around Shackelford, blocked by Chege, but a foul called underneath, and I am not sure where that foul was. It's called on Chege somehow, who got all ball on that one, and there was no contact underneath.
Yeah, you got to just wonder where the foul was on that one. That was all ball all day.
McDaniel going to the line for two free throws. First one on the way, no good, misses off the back iron. Keeps the deficit at 10 for the Spartans as Cyrus checks back into the game for David Chege.
4 minutes left. Cheney's going to continue to not let the clock run and not let Collegiate get any of those offensive possessions. They got to score a lot of points really, really fast if Collegiate wants to come out with the win.
McDaniel at the line, second free throw on the way, gets it to go. Brings the lead back up to 11. Drumright carries the ball across half court, tries to drive all the way into the lane. High shot over the rim, gets it to go. Drumright scores quick for the Spartans, looking to set up on defense in the full court.
brings it back down to single digits for the first time in a while.
Drumright guarding McDaniel. McDaniel gets it across half court, tries to drive all the way into the lane into Thomas. Thomas got it just over the hands of Cyrus.
You talked about stops. Collegiate is making it on offense, but if they can't get defense, then they're not going to win.
Heinz Turner turns it over, trying to dribble against two defenders, and Voth has the ball, and Cheney can start to feel it up by 11. 3.5 minutes left. Stop and shoot Burdick, no good. Foul underneath as Shackelford gets called for the foul under the glass, fighting for the rebound. Cheney will inbound under the basket. That, I believe, is the third team foul on the Spartans. They still have one more to give. But the Spartans are in a lot of danger late in the going.
3 minutes and 22 seconds left. Cheney leading 51-40.
Lindy Frieden calls a timeout for Cheney, looking to set up his offense for one final push to bury the Spartans as they lead by 11 with 3:22 left in this one. And the story so far has just been the fight of the Cheney Cardinals and the stellar play off the bench from Quade Thomas.
At this point in the game, we're not too far out of time for a miracle, but it's going to take one heck of a miracle if we want any opportunity. We lose by 11, not leading at any point in this game. You just got to try and stop the bleeding, really. You know, at this point, Cheney has scored on almost every offensive opportunity they've had. You really just got to try and get one or two more stops in this game.
Yeah, Aiden, this is one of those ones that you just can't quite get over the hump, and the Spartans had the lead cut down to 2 points, 3 points a couple of times in this game, and never were able to jump up there and actually take the lead or tie the game at any point. And that just turns into a situation where you feel like you can never get there and just never get over that hump. And tonight has felt a lot like that for the Spartans, as Cheney has just taken back the momentum at any point the Spartans have had it. There have been a couple of big plays in this game that Cheney has just turned right around and answered from the Spartans. Voth has the ball in, trying to drive downhill against Shackelford, kicks it back out to Burdick. Burdick from the free throw line has the ball tipped away, gets it right back. Burdick dribbling, kicks it back out to Robertson. Robertson gets it to Voth. Voth just near half court, trying to take more air out of the ball. 3 minutes now left in the game. Drumright shades over to try to cover him. Gets off of him. Now Ahmad still sizing him up defensively. He gets downhill, lays it up, and good.
3 defenders on him, still gets it to go. You talk about that winning mentality. He has hardly scored a point until this fourth quarter.
Ahmad gets to the high post, gets it off to Heinz Turner. Heinz Turner dribbling against his defender, gets up and under, no good. Shackelford puts it back in on the layup, and there's a foul called away from the basketball. We'll see who it's on. Might be on the Spartans, as they were trying to fight for what could have been an offensive rebound. It should still be a basket, though, for the Spartans. And looks like the foul is actually going to be called on Robertson
against James Shackelford, who's going to be going to the line for one.
James is going to go to the line for one, so count the basket. Shackelford with a chance now for a three-point play. There was a foul away from the basketball on the shot, and Shackelford's going to get a chance for the three-point play, and he converts. That cuts the lead back down to 10, 53-43 the score, but the Spartans, you'd have to think at this point in the game with no shot clock, are going to have to get some kind of a stop or a steal and some quick scores. Cheney looking inbound, Spartans pressing up. McDaniel looking to get the ball in, finds Burdick. Back out to McDaniel. McDaniel still caught about 3/4 of the court away from his own basket. Gets it up across half court, breaks the press. McDaniel kicks it back out to Voth. Voth with the ball in his hands, met momentarily by a double team, dribbles around it, heavily guarded by the much smaller Carter Drumright, turns the corner around him, and Heinz Turner just missed him going to the basket and lays it up. Voth gets another dagger for Cheney, leading by 12 with 2:08 left.
He is just unstoppable.
And a push-off is called on James Shackelford as he tried to create separation, as the Spartans turn the ball over once again.
2 minutes and 4 seconds. Cheney is doing all the things that Collegiate wants to do.
And that's the 5th foul on James Shackelford, who will come out of the game for likely the last time in his career. The senior has given it all this season for the Spartans, and it's an unfortunate way for things to end.
Yeah, giving it all for this team is a bit of an understatement for how significant his presence has been.
Voth crosses the ball passes the ball cross court, moves it up now to McDaniel. McDaniel all the way into the paint, up and under, count the layup, as the Spartans have lost the will to keep going in this game, as Cheney is exploiting them now under the rim continuously. Raspberry with the ball on the right side, kicks it out to Hines Turner. Hines Turner trying to create something, dribbles in against two defenders, charge called as Voth was set all the way.
Yeah, it seems like every call in the past 2 quarters have just been against Collegiate.
That now puts the Spartans over the limit for fouls, so the next one will send Cheney to the line. That's a turnover on the Spartans once again, as they have fallen apart late in this fourth quarter. Coach Fiegel is going to take a timeout, trying to implore his team to stay in this game by any means necessary, but Cheney has this one well in hand.
Yeah, 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this game. Cheney leading 57-43. You just got to keep spirits high, continue to play hard throughout the rest of this game. Yeah, not a whole lot left to say other than that at this point in the game. Collegiate played hard all the way through, but you talked a little bit about the hump that they just could not make it over. Cheney set the bar high very early in this game, starting with all the momentum, but really, they won in a way that none of us really predicted. Collegiate went into this game thinking, they were going to air out the ball, move it around on the outside, make some really key threes from behind the arc. But really what happened, if I've ever seen it, is that Cheney just drove on the inside like none other. They did a great job finding their way inside, driving in lanes, with some really athletic plays, especially from their point guard, Jack Voth. Just overall good game between the two sides. Collegiate gave it their all, especially our seniors who got a lot of minutes in this game. Collegiate seniors have just had a great night so far.
Yeah, and we talked about Voth just getting into winning time. He's got 18 points in the second half, as he has just taken it to the Spartans and once again has found a way to win for Cheney.
Yeah, that is winning mentality if I've ever seen it.
Burdick dribbles off to the right side. Cheney was able to easily break the full court press. Spartans flying around the ball, trying to get some kind of double team and a steal. Voth is able to get through it multiple times, though. Gets it off to Burdick. Burdick met by a triple team. Moves the ball back out to Painter. Painter jump pass to Voth. Cheney just trying to play keep away right now with a minute left. And Drumright forced to foul Voth as he tried to get around the double team. That'll send Cheney to the line for 2 free throws, as Voth has been perfect from the charity stripe all night, as he'll try to just finally salt this one away if it isn't already at that point for the Cardinals. Cheney pulls all their men off the line. Voth misses the first free throw. Well, the announcer jinx has been strong this season and past season, and holds true right there. Voth at the line, trying to convert the second free throw. Not able to, as Hines Turner comes down with the rebound. Cheney pulled everybody off the line, not fighting for the rebound. Hines Turner comes away with it. Spartans are going to have to move extremely quickly. Drumright from near half court. Can't hit, and the ball bounced off the support of the basket. So that'll be out of bounds off the Spartans and going Cheney's way. Just a couple of possessions left in this one, as the season is going to come to a sad end tonight for the Spartans. We knew between these two teams, as the ball is tipped away and stolen by Robbie Raspberry. Raspberry fighting for it, and foul on the floor as he was undercut and tripped. Raspberry comes up holding his nose. Hope he's okay. Ahmad will go to the line for 2 free throws, or actually it'll be Raspberry. He'll have to collect himself before shooting these 2 free throws. As we said, certainly hope he's okay. But this is a situation, Aiden, where we talked about in the sub-state where one team was going to go home from state that really didn't deserve to, or wasn't even going to make it to Hutch, that didn't deserve to lose in this game. And tonight that's going to be the Spartans. Cheney entered at 20-2. The Spartans entered at 16-5, and combined between the two schools, they had only lost 2 games since Christmas. So this is just a painful way for one of these teams to go out this season, and unfortunately for us, it's Collegiate.
Yeah, these two teams are two teams you can see matched up at the very end of the state game.
Ball was stolen away by the Spartans. They made their 2 free throws from the line. They're down by 12 with possession of the ball. 30 seconds left. 57-45 runs the score right now. Ahmad was able to steal it away, and it was tipped out of bounds off of Cheney, so Spartans will have a chance to cut this game back down to single possessions if they can get a 3 away, but they still trail by 4 possessions in this one. Hines Turner with the ball. Gets it out to Drumright. Runner 3 never was set. Couldn't get it to go. Ahmad comes down with the rebound, swings it out to Raspberry, pulls the 3 from the corner. No good. Shege now with the rebound for the Spartans. Going to have a 3rd chance at this basket. Hines Turner nearly turns it over, tipped out of bounds by a jumping Robertson as he tried to steal it away on a high dribble. 13.9 seconds left in this one as the Spartans are just trying to save a little bit of face late in the going.
Yeah, just trying to get one more offensive play to go, possibly, if possible, from behind the arc.
Hines Turner goes right to the basket and scores it. Cheney not wanting to do anything to try to foul him, and that's going to end this one as Cheney winds out the clock in the backcourt with the ball in the hands of Jackson Voth, who closed this game out all the way.
Yeah, Jackson Voth, my God. Really, I don't think Cheney could have done it without him in the second half there. He didn't score hardly a single point in the first half. 18 points in the second half. Absolutely devastating. I think we can, without even being there, see why Cheney was able to pull away with their state football championship is with him as quarterback. No matter how much they're down at the half, he is going to bring it home.
Yeah, that's just a player that closes out games consistently, and he did it tonight for Cheney.
Yeah.
Also have mentioned, though, is Quade Thomas. He finished out with 15 points off the bench for the Cardinals, and the Spartans' really only production most of this game was Sebastian Hines Turner. Also give a shout-out to Carter Drumright and Robbie Raspberry with 11 and 7 respectively, as they made a couple of nice shots late in the going, trying to close something out. But as we talked about, for this whole game, Cheney took away any momentum the Spartans had just about as soon as they got it.
Yeah, to say that Collegiate had any momentum at any point in this game would be talking in too black and white of terms. It's just been a constant fight throughout this game in which Cheney just never let Collegiate have true possession of the ball, as these Collegiate guys are going to come out and claim their runner-up title.
Yeah, just a tough way to end the season, Aiden. This team had aspirations of making the state tournament in Hutch all year, and really they had further aspirations than that. Collegiate went to the state tournament last year and came up short in the first game. This was a team that really wanted to be able to make it to state and do damage while there, and we'll never get to know what might have happened.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a team that really, by all means, was some of the best collegiate basketball I've ever seen played. They worked well together. They figured it out throughout the season. They started it off really tough, injuries plaguing their team. And by all means, I think every single player should be proud, especially the seniors, of the season they've had.
Yeah, Aiden, it was a nice season all the way through for Collegiate. They started out struggling with some real injury concerns, and they finally got things together, it seemed like, after the Christmas break. Only lost twice, had a fantastic game in one of those losses against one of the best teams in the state, McPherson, who very well could win 4A state. This is a tough way to end the season, though, for the Spartans. One of these teams was going to have to come out the loser, and tonight it was the Spartans. Cheney just outfought them all night long, and that isn't to say that the Spartans didn't fight, because the Spartans fought just as much all night long, but Cheney just took it to him, grinded him down, and this is a team in Cheney that has winning pedigree, and it came through in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheney, this team so far has just proven their worth, proven they are worthy of that 1 seed, as they just kind of dominated this entire game throughout. Collegiate had a great game, but just so far, Cheney is just too good of a team to beat in that kind of a situation. As we kind of close it out, I think it'd be a shame not to do player of the game just one last time. And I really, throughout the season, I think each and every one of the seniors had absolutely amazing final years for themselves. But in this game, I have to give it to Sebastian Hines Turner. I mean, he we call him the silent killer. We weren't talking about him having those big moments, but it's those little moments where he just quickly drives to the basket and puts up 2 with a total of 18 on the night. I mean, whenever the momentum was seemingly in Collegiate's favor, that was more than likely because of the impact that Sebastian Hines-Turner had. He had such an impact on his team throughout the season to kind of like, I don't know, to kickstart the offense and defense, rebounds, all of those areas in which kind of guys specialize on our team. He has branched out and brought the whole team up on his back, and so that's why I got to give it to him at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I think Sebastian Hines-Turner is a great choice. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Carter Drumright. He nailed a couple of big threes in court, including a 4-point play late in the game that really seemed like it could have turned the tide for the Spartans, but as we talked about, Cheney just took all that momentum when they needed to. They closed this game out admirably, and they're going to be rewarded with the trip to Hutchinson and the state tournament, which will start on Wednesday. So we will give our congratulations to Cheney. They played an excellent game and have had an excellent season. At 21-3, they now stand, 21-2, they now stand heading into the state tournament. They will likely be seeded very highly, if not number 1 in that tournament. Well, that'll just about do it for our broadcast tonight, but before we leave the air, this is likely our last broadcast together, me and you, Aiden, 2 seniors. So we just wanted to kind of wrap up that as far as it goes. We started this a year and a half ago, starting with basketball games. We were able to expand it to football games this year, and we've thoroughly enjoyed doing so. It's been a fun ride, and unfortunately, it comes to an end here in Substate. We absolutely loved calling the state tournament last year, that one game. We were hoping to get back there selfishly, but unable to do so this year, and unfortunately, unless maybe we do some baseball games or something, but I'll be playing baseball, so this will likely be the last time that we do this. And just want to give a thank you to everybody that helped us put this together. This started out as an idea of Mrs. King and Ms. London after listening to a broadcast of Labette County, wondering in a midseason tournament where we were far away why we didn't do something like they did with a student broadcast or just some kind of broadcast in general to try to provide a better coverage of our teams, and hopefully we were able to do that for the past year and a half, covering basketball at the start and expanding that to football this year. It's been a lot of fun. I want to thank you, Aiden, for believing kind of at the start in this project and coming aboard. It was a lot of fun. It was a great time, and you've really become a great color commentator. It's been a lot of fun. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think out of everything that I've done at this school after the past 4 years, and honestly, I'm pretty much a lifer, excluding early childhood. Everything I've done all those years, I think my biggest takeaway looking back is going to be kind of the impact we've had through this, just creating something from nothing and turning it into this thing where we can, be courtside at a state game last year and be up here doing this to whoever's listening. So, yeah, it's been a really, really incredible ride.
And finally, we'd like to thank the administration that really helped set this up, primarily Mr. Ashbrook, who helped us set this whole project up. I mean, he was instrumental in getting everything that we could have possibly needed for this, from soundboard to mics, and to just the constant support throughout the seasons. That's really what mattered, was Mr. Ashbrook was there every step of the way for us. He's here with us right now. He's driven us to where we've needed to go. He's helped us along the way. He's helped set up events with the ADs of opposing schools. We also want to thank Coach Fiegel, who did that this year as well. So we just want to give a big thank you to everybody, especially Mr. Ashbrook, who helped set this up with the administration and with teachers. We couldn't have done it without them by any means.
Absolutely.
This certainly hope that they'll be in an expanded role next year. You heard a lot from Hayan Rafi, even at times as the lead play-by-play commentator for home football games. He will likely step into an expanded role next year, along with some more of the underclassmen, soon-to-be upperclassmen, that will hopefully join this project next year. We know that we're leaving it in good hands with them and with the teachers that we've talked about, like Mr. Ashbrook.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been so many people who have been influential, even Carson Phelps last year, who called with us the entire basketball season last year just kind of on a whim. That's all it really takes to continue something like this.
Well, we don't want to make the goodbyes so final. We don't know when our paths will cross again. It likely will not be, though, on the Collegiate Sports Network. So until next time, for Aiden Myers and Mr. Ashbrook and everybody that has helped us throughout these past year and a half, I'm Connor Schubach. Until next time, goodbye.